Hi guys, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are excited for today's live. We are going to create 4 cards for the work of one. They are going to be cards like this. So almost color block style, and that's what we are going to do. And hi Donna, thank you for joining. We are also going to do a little bit of something surprise. Hi, I know someone else joined. Hi, welcome. So we are going to do this kind of card, and the surprise is there will be a giveaway. So please make sure you comment here. There will be a giveaway, and Donna help me keep track of some comments, and we'll pick a random winner to get 2 of my stamp sets. Hi there. Hello. Thank you for joining. The giveaway will be 2 of these stamp sets. This is Petal Whispers. This is Magnificent Magnolia. Make sure you comment here, and we will pick a winner by the end of this, or probably I'll announce it tomorrow. But definitely there will be a winner to get 2 of these sets, and make sure you comment. Hi, thank you for joining. So without wasting a lot of time, let's get right into it. Today, for the sample, I had created this card with Petal Whispers stamp set, but today I'm going to switch up things a little bit. So these are the 4 cards we had created as samples. Today we are going to switch up things a little bit. So we are going to use the Magnificent Magnolia. I already have picked up the stamp. What you need is a largish floral or some kind of a design stamp set, and if you guys are ready with that, let's get started. Let me walk you through some of the prep work that I have already done. I have prepped 4 pieces of colored cardstock. That is what is going to help us make these color block designs. Let me put one of these here as a sample. So that's going to be our guide, and I have picked this 4 very pastel spring kind of colors here. So that's what we are going to use, and the stamp set we are going to use is this, the Magnificent Magnolia. I think I should rotate my screen a little bit so that you guys can see it properly. I think this is good. So let's get started. Oh, one more thing I'm going to switch up. In addition to switching up the colors, you know me, I can't create the same thing twice. I have said this often enough on social media, but that's true. So I have this card or these samples which I created with these colors, and I used Recollections copperish rose gold. It's called as copper, but it's almost rose gold kind of color. For heat embossing, I'm going to switch up the colors today, and I'm going to use Simon Says Stamp Ultra Fine Gold embossing powder. That's the only switch I'm doing. All right, and last time I used my Alter Enu stamp positioner, which is the stamp wheel. Today I'm going to go with this new toy. That's Stamp Platform from Tim Holtz. Okay, so the idea is we are going to stamp this exact same thing 4 times, and we are going to heat emboss each of this. You know the drill. I am going to place my stamp set exactly where I want, using your stamp positioner, whether it is magnet or whether it is stamp wheel, which adheres the entire paper. For this particular tool, it's magnet, so I'm placing them and I'm positioning my stamp set. I also want to put a sentiment, so I'm going to stamp everything at the same time. I think hugs will do nicely. So I'm going to put hugs right over there. And the stamp set, this is going to be my arrangement on all 4 pieces that I'm going to stamp. So let's start. On your stamp positioner, and yes, stamp positioner is highly recommended for this particular technique, because it really is essential that you get the exact same position on all 4 pieces of your cardstock. So exact same position of your image so that you can line them up. So what you see me do here, I forgot one very important step. That is powder tool. So I'm going to get my paper prepped because I have been handling this paper, right? My fingers might have some sticky on it. I don't want my embossing powder to stick to where it doesn't belong. So that's what I'm going to do. Use the powder tool, and I'm using a clear sticky ink. This is Versamark. I'm using this to do the actual stamping. This is completely transparent ink, and I'll show you a tiny trick if you don't get it to stamp exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay. If you see some pretty brown and white tail, that's Kiara saying hi. Okay, I didn't get it here and I didn't get it here. No problem, because we are using the stamp positioner. I'm going to go back in, ink it up nicely, and I'm going to stamp. Okay. And while we are doing this, tell me what are some of your favorite flowers? I am an absolute crazy lover of magnolia. I love to draw them. I have a huge magnolia, beautiful pink magnolia in my yard. Tell me some of the flowers that you like, and who knows, I might just create a stamp set with it. Okay, this is giving me a little bit of a trouble today. I don't know why, but we'll keep on chugging. I think I'm not adding enough pressure, so I'm going to do that. Okay. I want to get at least all the lines in place. If there are very small areas which are not stamped properly, that is easily fixable, and I'll show you how. But at least the majority of this, I want to get the lines in place. Yes, that's Kiara. She is my supervisor. She's here to make sure I do it right. Okay, I think I messed up just a little bit with that. Okay, let me keep this aside. Let me keep this paper aside, and I'm going to get the next one. Once this dries, I'll stamp on the other side, because you know paper has two sides and we are going to use it. I wonder if this will help. I'm going to put two papers to make sure that my paper is a little bit raised. It's okay. We are crafters. We know how to work with things, right? I think there is a little bit of an engineer in every crafter. You know how to work with materials. You know how to measure things properly, how to make them look beautiful. So there is a little bit of an engineer in every crafter, is what I believe. Oh, this is looking more better. So maybe my paper was too thin, and because I'm going to cut all 4 papers at the same time, I have intentionally picked up paper which is thinner than usual, 80 pound maybe, not really 110 pounds or something, because I want to make sure that I trim this paper or relatively trim all the papers at the exact same location. I am going to trim them all at the same time. So because of that, I have used slightly thinner papers, which might be the reason why the amount of pressure I'm putting here is not becoming sufficient. Yes, this is much better. Much better with 2 papers inside my tool instead of just 1. Instagram is asking me to close Instagram. I don't want to close it. Sorry about that. Okay, now for the trick where I'm going to fix this, which has gone a little bit off. The trick is emboss it pen. So I'm going to use this as a guide and write the word myself. I think that should do it. And because this is an intricate image in the middle, and that is giving me a little bit of a hard time today for stamping, I'm going to go and do something crazy with it later. I might add some bling on it, or I might add some glitter on it. We'll see. For now, I'm going to go ahead and add embossing powder on this. I don't want to accidentally mess it up, so I'm going to leave it here and get a paper to put embossing powder. Any scratch piece of paper will do. Oh, I love it. I think we did not do a good job of stamping. I think I did not do a good job of stamping. I think I messed it up just a tiny bit, which is why this stamp is not giving me really good vibes. I don't like that stamping. What should we do? Should we switch? Should we switch to a different stamp set? I think we should. Okay, let's do that. I will set that aside and we'll switch to a different stamp set. The one which I originally used. It doesn't have very many fine details like this, and that might just work better. I think it's also because I am a little bit hurt. My wrist is not letting me press really hard, my right wrist. So maybe that's the reason, or I'm not really used to doing this with the stamp platform yet. That might be it. So I'm going to switch the design and repeat what I was doing with different stamp sets. Okay. This is another large floral stamp set that we have, and this is called the Petal Whispers. Before I stamp, I am going to add powder because I want to make sure that I don't get ink where it doesn't belong. Just making sure of that. Not bad for a first impression. I'm also switching my ink cube. Maybe that doesn't have enough ink on it. So I'm trying to make sure I make a little bit of changes, but still stay true to the purpose of creating 4 cards in the same technique. This wrist is not giving me help. Not helping. Hi. Somebody said hi. Oh, this is much better. I'm much happier with this. Just a few places where I need to stamp, double stamp, and this is much better. Yes, this is still my dominant hand, so I don't know how to do it with the other one. I know how to do it with the other one, but that's not my natural tendency. Okay, this is so much better. We are going to add embossing powder on it, and what I like to do is take it to the stage of adding embossing powder and then set it aside, and then I will run my heat tool and heat set all the powders on all the panels at the same time. So I'll make all 4 and I will heat set the panels all at the same time. I got a little boo-boo-ish thing going on over there, so I'm going to get the end of my pen here. I think I should be using a brush for this, but I'll use what I have really here. Okay, just tease it out and remove it from the places where I don't want it. Oh, I need a brush. Or better still, I'm going to use something which is more precise. I just want to tease it out of there, and so that when I tap it off, yeah, so that when I tap it off, it's gone. This is good. Set it aside and let's work with the second panel. We are going to repeat this on 3 more panels. Yes, I'm going to repurpose the purple one. I'm going to use it on the other side, and we are still going to get our money's worth out of it, so to say. Well, I'm stingy when it comes to my craft supplies and stuff. Yes, I am stingy. So this time, one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a lot more of my powder tool here, just so that I want to avoid what we just did, right? We ended up getting powder where it doesn't belong, so I'm going to make sure I add a little more of that. Same steps. I feel like there is something on my stamp here. That's why it is stamping. Yeah. That's why it was stamping that extra line. I won't be surprised if this is Kiara's hair. No, it's something from my paper. Okay, gone. So let's adjust this and bring it back. I see so many more people have joined. Hi guys, I can see you guys waving. Hey, I'm so glad you could join. Okay, one more time. This is much better than the last time, but let's go over it one more time just to be sure that we get nice and good impression. Yes. Hugs and this area over here. Okay, time to add embossing powder. Ooh, much better. Yeah, it is the it is the reverse, but I told you I was stingy. Okay. So for your chance to win, make sure you comment. In case you guys joined after I announced this, but for people who are here and who are going to comment, one of you will be picked up as a random winner. Donna here is helping me with that, and you will get the prize of 2 of my stamp set. One is the one that I'm working right now, Petal Whispers, and another one is the one that is that was before, the Magnificent Magnolia. So go ahead and comment so we can send one of you some goodies. Okay, now this is the third one. Same steps. Powder tool. And the precision that you need for this particular technique is to make sure all 4 of your panels are exactly the same size. You don't have to have them the same size as the card front. It can be definitely smaller. However, they should be exactly same as each other, and you'll see why in just a little bit. For my particular card set, I have created it to be 4.25 by 5.5, A2 card front size. That's what I have created them to be. It can be smaller or it can be any other size. However, all of them have to be exactly same as each other. That's important. And it is important to have a tool that is able to cut through multiple cardstocks at the same time. For me, I'm going to use my guillotine trimmer. So I have also picked up all 4 of my cardstocks are not heavyweight cardstocks. I'm going to cut them all at the same time. So I've made sure that my tool is able to handle it. And each of them are about, I would say, 80 pounds or less, I think. They are all from Recollections pack. I definitely know they are less than 100 pounds. That's for sure. I can tell you exactly how much by looking it up. If you have a question about that when I post this as a video, normal reel, go ahead and remind me, and I will tell you the exact ones that I used. So this is panel number 3. In my case, I have used a die for getting this exact same sizes. You don't have to, but when you're using a trimmer, make sure you're doing it precisely. All 4 of them have to be exactly same. And if you get a little bit of hair difference here and there, go ahead and trim them to be same size, exact same size. That is important for this technique. And you'll see why in just a little bit. So one of my panels got really wasted. I can't use the other side of it, so I'm going to get another panel. Yeah, I had some backup panels ready. So let's see how this will look. I want them to look good together, so I'm making sure that all of them, yeah, this is perfect. So I'm going to go with this yellow, which was one of the extra panels I had set aside, and we are going to use that as our 4th panel. Exact same steps. And to be honest, you don't have to do it like this. You can use this to create 3 cards. You can use this to create say 5 cards. You don't have to do exactly 1 divided by 4. And after today's live, I will post another example where I have done 3 panels, not 4 panels, and I'll show you how. The idea is you're going to use cardstock as your color blocking mechanism, and there is going to be one particular image that goes across all different panels, and that's your completing element. Like that's the element that ties everything together, but your color blocking is going to be with the cardstocks. I am not a very proficient colorer. By no means I call myself a good colorer, but I love colors and I love to play with them. So I'm always on the lookout for adding colors without a lot of coloring, if you know what I mean. Hi, yes, hi, somebody is waving. Thank you. So this is one of the ways. I have also shared several other ways of adding color without coloring on my feed. If you go back and see, there are so many examples that I've shared where I'm trying to get shortcuts of not having to color but making the card colorful. That's the idea. Okay, I might have slightly messed this up, but I'm not going to go back and fix it. Not bad. Little thicker lines than the others, but I'm going to go with this. Oh, no. I did mess up. Okay. Another panel coming up. I did mess up. So this is what the mess up I'm doing. I know I have had too many mess ups today. I don't know what it is today. But this is the mess up I'm doing. In this particular tool, because the magnets are holding it down, my paper does get lifted up every time I pick it up. Every time I do this, my paper is getting lifted up just a tiny bit. But I'm not going back and pushing it every single time to the corner. That's the problem. I need to make sure that I push it down to the corner every single time. Okay. Hopefully this should be the last and the best. Yeah, I know. I have shown heat embossing so many times today. I was supposed to do it only 4 times, but we have done it like what, 6 times now. See, this is the step I'm missing. I need to do this. It shifts at least a little bit, like a hair length. It shifts in the tool, and then the next time I go over it, it stamps in the new position. That's the reason the previous one got messed up. Okay. So now we are going to do this and heat embossing powder. And I'm going to heat set all of the panels. Let me set this aside just so that I don't accidentally melt something I don't want to melt, and get my heat tool. The trick for making sure that the heat tool doesn't warp your paper too much is to make sure you get it nice and hot and then keep it moving. So that's what we are going to do. Because this paper is thinner, I'm expecting it to warp a little more. So I'm going to heat set it from both angles, both sides, from this side as well as from behind. I love this magic. It's always magical when it melts. Okay, now that this is done, I'm also going to go back side and heat it up a bit so that the warping gets cancelled, so to say. That's one. Let's do the other one. I think I did mess up on this even just a little bit at least. But oh well, we are going to go with it now. And I'm going to run the heat tool even behind just to cancel the warping. I made a boo-boo there. Again, go behind, make sure it doesn't warp, and then the last panel. And go behind. Okay, I think that's all the heat embossing we have to do. Now for the actual technique, we are going to let these cool down. I was blowing on them for cooling them down. And then we are going to align them exactly like so. And okay, don't cringe. Please don't cringe. Yes, this is going to break your heart. Maybe just a little bit. But bear with me. It is going to be the magic. Oh yes, I have tried using a clipboard, but I feel it is very cumbersome, especially when I'm doing videos, because it doesn't fit into my video properly. And that's a good idea actually, to tape them somewhere. And yes, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, now my height is 5.5, my width is 4.25. So the half of 4.25 is going to be 2 and 8. So I'm going to go right there. So you see this is 2, this is 2.5. So half of that 0.5 is here, half of 4 is 2. So that's the line I'm going with. I'm making sure all of them are aligned. And then going and cutting it. Yes, scary, but yes, we did it. Yeah, clothespin is another one, but clothespin, I don't know if it will help with warping. Does it, or does it only help with not hurting your fingers? Okay, now half of 5.5 is going to be 2.75. So I'm going to go right there. Again, making sure all 4 of them are at the same level, and I'm going to cut them. And we'll do the same thing right now. I'm going to keep them, I'm going to arrange them exactly how they are, like in the same design. It's not really difficult because our design is not that complicated, but if you want to be really precise, then like you're using a very detailed and very precise kind of a design, then you'll have to be extra careful. And this is the reason why I'm not using really heavyweight cardstock for each of the panels. I want to make sure my tool is able to cut through all 4 of them at the same time. So this is what I have. Now for the fun part. We are going to assemble. And on this live, I'm thinking because I have taken too much time today, I am going to just assemble one card, but I'll let you know how the other cards come up. Okay, so I'm going to put 4 cards like this, and then pick the next one. So this one will go here, and then this one will go, wait, no, this is not what I want to do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one goes here, this one goes here, and then this part goes here, and then this part goes here. Okay, then this part can go here, this one can go there, this one can go there, this one here. I'm only making sure that each piece has a different, has each color only once. That's the only thing. So this is my combination. Purple here. So these are my 4 cards. I'm just going to randomly pick one, probably this one, and assemble it, and then I'll do all the others offline. So for assembly, the simplest thing what I have found is get one more thinner cardstock, or you can, I think for this one you could even use a printer paper. So what we are going to do is take each piece and see, this is how it goes. Take each piece. I have found that liquid glue works the best for this. I have tried with double-sided tape. It didn't give me the best results. I have found that, or I did not manipulate. I was not able to manipulate it easily. This gives me the best results because liquid glue gives me a little bit of a chance to put my cardstock exactly where I want it to be, and it's really solid. When it's stuck, it's stuck. So I'm making sure that it is lined up towards the edge, and this panel is also exactly the same size as my panels. So I know when I assemble them together, it's going to be exactly same, like it's going to be perfect. So then this one goes right to the edge, and I'm making sure that the corner, this time I'm making sure this is lined up correctly. If the sides are not lined up, that's fine. I can come back and trim the sides. That's not a big deal. But I want the design to be exactly matching, like lining up. And especially towards the corners, I'm going to make sure that they are strongly adhered. So that's what I'm going for. I'm making sure that the lines in my design are exactly aligned how they should be. If there is a little bit of a wonkiness on the side, I can always come back and trim it. And then this one is the last one. Yeah, I want that line and that line, and yes, that leaf to look exactly how it is in my design. There you have it. Now that you have this, all you can do is probably, I'm going to trim this because you can see a little bit of a gray here. It is not exactly aligned. That's fine. I'm going to give it that little bit of finish and then adhere it to my card base. For my card base, I could probably foam mount it, but because I have used not a printer paper, I have used cardstock for the back of this. I'm not going to worry about foam. I'm just going to adhere it straight. So just a hairline that I want to trim here. And I feel like getting trimmer works the best for this kind of really precise and hairline cutting. And for maybe this is my OCD also. Okay, so now you have it. I think this one also needs a little bit of a trim. And part of this trimming we are doing could also be because of warping. So the panels, although they started exactly same, when they warped differently, which is what has caused this kind of little bit of a wonkiness. And last but not the least, we will mount it on a card base. Couple of more variations that you can do. Like I said, you can make 3 panels, like 1, 2, 3. You can make diagonal panel. You can make even 5 panels. You can make vertical panels. You can do a whole lot of different games, fun and games with this idea, and you can get color blocked results. Another little bit more variation that I tried with this particular design was to add washi tape in all 2 edges, or the, I don't know whether it is 2 or 4. I'll show you what I mean. So I added washi tape here to make it look like almost like a window, and through the window you are seeing this. I am not sure whether I like which one better, but that is another option. And there you have it. That's how you create color blocked cards. Yes, I see this, and I'm going to trim it just like I did this one, but there you have it. The card, color block, sentiment, everything done. If you want, you could add bling on top, which I'm going to add, but that's it. That's all we have. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And I know we did a lot of boo-boos and we did a lot of experiments with our heat embossing, but I'm glad that we were able to create something together. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you put your comments, and Donna, please help me pick up a winner. You will get 2 stand sets. One is Petal Whispers and one is Magnificent Magnolia. And after some time, I will post this as a real video, so you can also go back and check and look at all the mistakes we did and then figured out how to overcome it. Thank you so much. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.